I'm here to assure you that we will never forget what you did for us.
The Westlake Brothers Souvenir Association held a ceremony today in Toronto to commemorate Canadian veterans. It's named after the three Westlake brothers, who all died in the 5 days following D-Day.
It's just an incredible association we have, and just a terrific way to honor the dead.
The association is made up mainly of young people who believe that it's important to commemorate the sacrifices that veterans made in the wars.
These Canadians came to free us, and they died in our souls, so we had really to show them our respect, because there is so much for us, and what we do is something that's so little thing, so it's something really important to my heart.
They came all the way from France and will spend the next 3 weeks holding commemoration celebrations for veterans. For Sun News Network, I'm Aleksandra Sagan.
My name is Angela, and I've been living in Georgina in my RV for 9 years. If I didn't have this RV to live in, I'd be living on the street. That's scary. That's really scary. Because I'm not tough enough, I'm not physically well enough to do that.
She's been living in her RV for 9 years. She used to split rent with her boyfriend, and when they broke up, she couldn't afford her own place.
Regular people cannot afford to live or buy homes in Vancouver. The cost of living has really gone up, and unfortunately incomes have not kept pace with that. I really couldn't afford an apartment. They were going up and up, rents were going up and up.
She used to be a teacher, but she's been unemployed for a number of years. She gets some financial help from a friend. By cutting corners, she survives on about $500 a month. Living in an RV doesn't afford many luxuries, but Angela makes do.
I don't do anything too complex, but I have cooked a leg of lamb in here, in the oven. So I have a little oven too. I love lamb. Wish it wasn't so expensive in Canada.
She hasn't had any problems with the authorities. In fact, the police told her she could park here.
They like us. Because, we're their eyes on the ground.
She's not the only one living here in her car. There's a bunch of regulars, but she was the only one willing to talk to us.
There are people in other RVs, there are people in vans, there are people in cars. A lot more than you would think, so we all park a distance from each other. We don't snuggle up to each other. Not here.
The community helps Angela feel safe, but she's still an older woman, living alone in a public park.
If my life was threatened, what am I prepared to do to defend my life? And why I, thank goodness, have never had to exercise it, I'm prepared to kill.
She may be ready to fight an intruder, but her biggest fear is having to move out. She could be in subsidized housing right now, but she prefers the park, even though it's not a long-term solution.
If I'm not, physically and mentally actually fit enough to manage in the RV, then I would have to look at moving into subsidized housing. I just want to be somewhere where that's safe, where people have to behave and be concerned about others around them. Not really looking forward to that, but it's something that is going to happen at some point. As you get older, you just have to.
Fresh produce, music, and a warm meal. All things hundreds of revelers took in at what once was a dangerous intersection.
The local residents in the area have long advocated for more public space.
City Councillor Karen Stins played a key role in securing the space. A dangerous intersection transformed into a peaceful public place with the grand opening of a new pedestrian square near Yonge and Eglinton. It will be filled with a farmer's market every Thursday and comfortable seating, perfect for summer weather, every other day.
We could use this as an opportunity to close off the street because it is very dangerous for pedestrians. It's also an offset intersection and dangerous for cars.
She kicked off the launch with a solo piano recital. The organizing committee chose the area partially because drivers often make it unsafe for pedestrians by recklessly turning too fast around that corner to avoid the busy intersection.
So we thought we'd start here and we'd try it, and we've installed it until October.
The Apple Tree Farmers Market will take over the square every Thursday. For Sun News Network, I'm Aleksandra Sagan. The Google Bike debuted at Yonge and Dundas Square today in Toronto. It's the brainchild of Google Map employees who wanted to show users remote and interesting areas like Stonehenge and running trails.
Part of the Google fleet right now, we have the Google Street View car, which people are familiar with, the Google Trike, which we introduced to Canada today, and the Google Snowmobile, which we introduced at the Vancouver Olympics. So right now we've got those three vehicles, and then like I mentioned, we have the trolley that was used in the Google Art project.
The 400-pound bike will spend the next couple of months cycling around Canada, adding new images to Google's Street View program.
Thinking about people with disabilities or, with folks that are getting on an age that want to see these places that might be inaccessible, this really gives people a chance to see it up close, like we would in the vantage point we're standing right now.
Jonathan Chang spends about 6 hours a day cycling the 400-pound trike. And unfortunately, there's no ice cream in the back to help him out. For Sun News Network, I'm Aleksandra Sagan.